This is a great advantage.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this press point following the meeting between the High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Vice President of the European Commission, Josep Borrell, the Vice Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs of Georgia, David Selkalyani, the Acting Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and European Integration of the Republic of Moldova, Aureliu Ciocoi, and the Minister for Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, Dmytro Kuleba. I would first invite High Representative Borrell to take the floor, please.
It's going to be difficult with mask. Well, good morning, dear ministers, dear friends. It's a pleasure to welcome you to Brussels this morning. You know very well that the European Union attaches its utmost importance to its relations with the Eastern partner, and we consider the region a priority for our support and commitment. And I'm sure today the European Union Council will reaffirm this importance and our attachment. Let me first to state very clearly that the European Union should be proud that our partners want to move closer to us, wants to move closer to the European Union and even to join it. Too often, within the European Union, we take for granted what we have managed to create: an area of prosperity, the security and opportunity for all. Our union is not perfect, but that membership is seen as a strategic objective for many countries, is a great compliment. The French would say compliment. I am Spanish, I'm coming from Spain, and I can tell you that when we were out of the European Union, we were really willing to become part of it, because we understood that it was a way forward to a better, more secure future. So I have to welcome the closer coordination between Georgia, the Republic of Moldova, and Ukraine, as well as their request for an enhanced cooperation with the European Union. A crucial aspect of our Eastern Partnership is building links not only between the EU and our partner countries, but also among them, among the partners themselves. And that's good. And which of you, not only do we cooperate in the Eastern Partnership with each of you, but we also have associations agreements, including a deep and comprehensive free trade area. These agreements are the most comprehensive that the European Union has with any other partner, with any of its partners. They commit us to strengthen our political association and economic integration, which we have been doing. The full implementation of these agreements is key to exploit all the opportunities they offer. For example, further trade exchanges, more security cooperation, and today especially on the new fields of disinformation, cyber and hybrid threats, on environment and connectivity. As we have been saying, it's becoming the word of the day. Let me also say that coming closer to the European Union will require work from both sides. In each of your countries, you know that there are key reform areas that require a swift, thorough and sincere improvements. We can only approximate legislation to deepen cooperation and advance on joint work if these reforms are fully enacted and enforced. We are standing by each of you respectively in these efforts and support you politically and financially. A last word about our partners' responsibility to implement reforms. This year is an important year for the Eastern Partnership. Together with the Commission, we are in the process of finalizing the post-2020 agenda, which contains concrete deliverables and targets. Our Eastern Partnership Summit, which will be taken in December, I understand that all of us are sorry for the fact that it has been postponed, as had happened also with other summits, but in December, with this summit will take place, we will have an opportunity to set this new agenda in motion and to agree on a common vision for the future. We are looking forward, dear colleagues, dear friends, to develop relations based on the principles of inclusivity and differentiation. Both has to be taken together, and this will require flexibility from both parts. So I count on you, on Georgia, Moldova, and Ukraine to play a full and constructive part in this, and I am also looking forward to have the opportunity, once that the virus allows us to travel, to visit you soon and to share with you these concerns and objectives. And thank you very much for your visit to Brussels.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank the High Representative for meeting us today. It was a very good opportunity for us to present our new format of cooperation to Mr. Borrell and exchange our views on the European integration of our three associated partners. And of course, to discuss the ways to strengthen the Eastern Partnership. It is indeed a very special day for our three countries, as it is the first time that we come to Brussels together as the associated trio. And as you know, we signed a memorandum of understanding a month ago where we pledged to work together among three associated partners, as well as with the European Union, on the matters of our European integration, including through dialogue formats in sectors of common interests. It is also one of the purposes of the associated trio to support and strengthen the Eastern Partnership and better adapt it to the specific situation in each partner countries. We'll be working together with other Eastern partners as well as with the European Union to make the next Eastern Partnership Summit another step towards stronger and more effective cooperation. Eastern Partnership is a dynamic policy which has been founded on the joint ownership of all participants and has responded to needs, capabilities, and aspirations of each partner. One of the main tasks that brings the associated trio together is the implementation of the association agreement, which include the creation of deep and comprehensive free trade areas. The associated agreements have become blueprints for our democratic reforms, as well as reforms aimed at through legal and regulatory convergence of our countries with the European norms, standards, and practices. Besides the common goal of European integration, our countries share a number of challenges, and we are glad to have had the opportunity to discuss them with the High Representative today. Unresolved conflicts with Russia remain the biggest challenge for the European security as a whole. Russia's attempted annexation and illegal occupation of Georgian territories, as well as Ukraine, and the unresolved conflict in the Transnistrian region of Moldova have posed serious threat to our security, democracy, and economic development. Russia's actions in the Eastern Partnership region have significantly destabilized Europe's eastern frontiers. We are committed to the peaceful resolution of these conflicts and looking forward for EU's enhanced engagement in promoting peace and security in the region. I want to seize this opportunity and thank High Representative for mandating the visit of the Ministers of Foreign Affairs of Austria, Lithuania and Romania to Georgia, as well as to Armenia and Azerbaijan. This visit is a very concrete demonstration of the EU's engagement and firm stance in support to the peaceful settlement of conflicts in the region. I hope that this visit will play its part in further increasing the EU's political role in the peaceful settlement of the Russia-Georgian conflict and facilitation of the EU-mediated 12 August 2008 ceasefire agreement. The current context, the illegal occupation and steps towards de facto annexation of Georgian regions alongside with aggravated human rights situation cannot be accepted. We must continue putting the peaceful settlement of the Russia-Georgia conflict very high on the political agenda of the European Union. Here, let me highlight this recent case of illegal detention of Georgian citizen Kakheladze, who was shot and wounded by the occupation forces and then captured in illegal custody. This is vivid demonstration of how Russian occupation regimes disregard even humanitarian issues, trying to use them for political purposes. I want to thank the High Representative once again for meeting today, and I hope that our European partners will continue supporting sovereignty, democratic developments, and European integration of our countries. From our side, we are united to advance in all these directions together for the benefits of peace, stability, and prosperity in Europe. Thank you.
Thank you. Minister Chokoi.
Yeah, thank you. Dear Mr. High Representative, I'm also very grateful to today possibility to have this discussion today morning and to have an exchange of views of where we are, why we have decided to cooperate in 3 associated member countries of the Eastern Partnership with the European Union. And I do believe that we had a very fruitful discussion today morning. From our side, 3 Ministers of Foreign Affairs, with you, with your colleagues from the European Commission. And I do believe that it's a good sign for a fruitful future cooperation in such a format. We have decided, Georgia, Ukraine and Moldova, to go for more deep cooperation between our 3 associated countries with the European Union, because we have agreed that together we can achieve much better results in our political and commercial dialogue with the European Union. Indeed, each of us has its own national interests, has its own objectives, but it might be better to join the efforts, to join the common efforts in order to fulfill our home agenda, our whole long list of homework to be done in order to fulfill commitments under association agreement, under DCFTA, and at the same time, joining our efforts, we can easily achieve a better quality of dialogue with the European Union. That was the reason why we had agreed to join our efforts of 3 associated country members in order to increase our dialogue with the European Union. And I'm very grateful today, Mr. High Representative, that we have agreed on pursuing our dialogue in sectorial matter and looking for a possibility of increasing our cooperation in a trial format in 3 associated member countries with the European Union in different sectorial cooperation matters as well as at the political level. In this context, I would like to express my gratitude to you, Mr. High Representative, and your colleagues from the European Commission for opening and availability of receiving us and to hear during today's meeting our ideas, our proposals, and to look on the spot in order to find the solution, to find the possibilities of fulfilling ideas coming from both sides, from our side as well as from European Union side. So I do believe that this kind of format might be very fruitful in the future and might bring closer our three associate member countries closer to European standards and to fulfill our mid and long-term perspectives of being not only closer, but at one day to become a full-fledged members of the European Union. Thus being said, I would like again to thank you very much, and at this point of view, being not fan of long speeches, I would like to stop my intervention now. Thank you.
Thank you. Minister Kuleba.
Yes. It is my pleasure to be in Brussels today, not only in my national capacity, but also as a member of the associated trio. I believe it opens a new chapter for the European aspirations of Ukraine, Georgia, and Moldova. I'm grateful to High Representative Borrell for a warm welcome, inspiring exchange of views, and solid ground for our further discussions. I am particularly grateful to him for mentioning the principles of differentiation and inclusivity when it comes to further development of the Eastern Partnership. We have had long discussions about the introduction of the principle of differentiation, and I'm glad to hear that we found common ground with the European Union as friends and partners should always do. So this is just yet another example how EU and our countries, three our countries, hear each other and take our interests into account when shaping respective policies. We have, three our countries have already achieved significant results in European reforms and in approximation with the European standards. We will definitely continue taking this path. This associated trio format will help us to be more effective in our efforts. Three of us came here today to demonstrate that Ukraine, Georgia, and Moldova are mature in their European aspirations and ready for a new level in the association process, which should lead our countries towards the European perspective. And we also came here to discuss how to structure dialogue between the associated trio and the European Union. We put forward some very specific proposals on the table and are looking forward to their discussion between our experts. We also talked today very openly about the Eastern Partnership and the results that we expect from the summit scheduled to take place this year. We made very clear that Eastern Partnership is the initiative that needs another boost to the next level, and the upcoming summit will be a turning point for the Eastern Partnership. All of us are ready to work together with the European Union on ensuring that this summit delivers tangible results and demonstrates ambition in the EU policy towards the East. And I also took the opportunity of the meeting with High Representative to share with him a very deep concern of Ukraine with regard to the information that we received yesterday. The information refers to the initiative to put on the table in front of the EU leaders that will meet today at the European Council meeting, the idea that may lead to the resumption of summits between Russia and the European Union. In our view, suspension of the EU-Russia high-level dialogue is a part of the EU sanctions policy regarding Russia. Initiatives to resume EU summits with Russia without seeing any progress from the Russian side will be a dangerous deviation from EU sanctions policy. It can only disrupt the EU non-recognition policy and undermine effectiveness of the sanctions regime, and more gravely discourage Russia from implementing the Minsk agreements. The decision to freeze summits between EU and Russia was taken in 2014 against the background of the Russian aggression against Ukraine. Unfortunately, Russia has not demonstrated any will to change its policy neither towards Ukraine nor towards EU, and we believe that the resumption of summits is groundless. Thank you.
Thank you, High Representative. Thank you, Ministers. Thank you for joining. That concludes our press point.